Many terrorist attacks appear random, but terrorism has a plan. ISIS has a 5-point plan to destroy Western civilization. I'm going to tell you what it is. Grab a seat. It's time for Counter-Terrorism Roll Call. Welcome to Counter-Terrorism Roll Call. I'm Holt Clark. There are many radical Islamic terrorist groups: al-qeda, ISIS, Boko Haram, al-Nusra, Hezbollah, Hamas, and many others. They're all part of a global jihad, and they're all working towards the same goal. They form an existential threat. That means that they have a desire and a potential to change our very existence. These groups share a universal ideology, objectives, and rationalization. ISIS has been the best at articulating this plan, and they've been very open about it. In the first issue of their online magazine, Dabiq, their feature article was called Hijrah to Caliphate. It's a 5-step plan to global domination. Now, the goal of radical Islam is to establish a caliphate. That's a world ruled by their version of radical Islam. So while terrorist attacks may seem random and unconnected, they're all moving towards that stated goal. In June of 2014, the Islamic State officially declared their caliphate in Iraq and Syria, thus becoming ISIS. They used this 5-step plan to take control of major parts of these countries. They used that plan to expand their control, and they're using that plan to get a foothold worldwide. Let's take a look at their 5 steps. One is called Hijrah, or immigration. That means moving into an area void of Islam, and it's what the radicals consider to be Islam. The ideal land is a place where the Mujahideen can operate without a police state. Think of Afghanistan under the Taliban, Iraq after the U.S. Army pulled out, Somalia, Libya, the Sinai Peninsula, and Yemen, and so many more. Now, Plan B is create that kind of an area inside of Europe and the United States. Step 2 is Jama'ah, the majority of Muslims. Expand in numbers, size, and power to become a majority. Now, in Iraq and Syria, that means take land through warfare, gaining land and winning over people. By winning over, I mean subjugating them. In Europe and the U.S., there's immigration and reproduction, the family grows, and then concentration within certain areas. Now, step 3 is start to destabilize those areas. They call it destabilizing the Tagat. Tagat is anyone who openly rebels against God and prevents Muslims from worshiping God. Really, they're saying all governments who oppose them. So step 3 is designed to assist step 2, and they happen in unison. Create chaos through constant attacks designed to disrupt the security of the existing government. Then you offer the solution for the insecurity that you created. Step 4 is Tamkeen. It means empowerment, control, and subjugation. This happened in Iraq and Syria, where they took control and they subjugated the peoples living there. In Europe and the U.S., this means effectively creating a no-go zone, and then you offer the solution to fix that no-go zone through their own rules and their own laws. You install a puppet government inside the foreign government, and that government is made up of either loyalists, true believers, or just unwitting fools who are doing their bidding. Step 5 is the Caliphate. ISIS says this is the complete unification of all Muslim peoples and lands under a single authority of the Caliph. When you stop to think that most of the terrorist attack victims are Muslims, this is not a very good deal for them either. I want to show you how this theory is put into practice. Let's talk about what we've been talking about so far is the Islamic State's plan of constant attacks. This is Inspire magazine. Inspire is the online magazine of al-qeda, specifically issue 15 called Professional Assassinations. It has a featured article called Oh Knife Revolution, Head Towards America. In 2015, the third intifada started in Israel. And intifada means uprising. And it specifically was in Jerusalem and the West Bank crossings. And it became known as the Knife Intifada because it was characterized by people either running over pedestrians or attacking with knives. This follows a pattern that we often see where a new technique starts in Israel, goes through Europe, comes to the United States. And we've seen this in Europe and the United States in many cases. Recently at OSU in November of 2016 and in March of 2017 outside the UK Parliament. Why knife attacks? al-Qaeda says they're committed through Inspire magazine to present the lone mujahideen a clear vision and practical methods. So the clear vision to the radicalized Muslim, who's deeply motivated by a sense of group identity and honor, it plays on that motivation and inspires them to quick action. Once they're ready to take quick action, a knife and vehicle attacks require almost no planning or outside support. So once a follower has been inspired and triggered, it's an easy follow-through. So, al-Qaeda's inspiration and direction are completely in line with the ISIS plan, specifically step 3 of the attacks by removing a sense of security. It's by its very nature the randomness, and it makes detection prevention difficult, and it makes people very insecure. This is just one example of the global jihad operating towards that common objective. We'll continue to examine more of the theory, tactics, and techniques each week on Counter-Terrorism Roll Call. Thanks for watching. Please visit our sponsor, patriotthreads.org, and stay tuned for a special offer from them. Would you do me a favor and hit the like button? And if you haven't yet, subscribe. If you want to know more about me, go to my website, follow me on Twitter, or just run me on NCIC. I'll see you next week on Counterterrorism Roll Call. Until then, be alert, be safe. PatriotThreads.org is apparel with a purpose. Patriot Threads offers state-themed, game day to outdoor lifestyle apparel, like the new line of Southern Trout shirts, and introducing the new Back the Blue shirts. All are 100% printed in the USA. Are you looking for a new, exciting, profitable fundraiser? PatriotThreads.org would love to help. Go to their website for details. Use promo code ROLLCALL at checkout and you could save 20% on the sale. And Patriot Threads will donate 20% of the profits to the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial Fund. PatriotThreads.org is a proud sponsor of the men and women of law enforcement.